Most people name a child to administer their estate upon their death, but this may be a mistake that could threaten family relations after your death. Let's talk about trust and estate administration to see who really should be the one to administer it for you. The trust administration role is crucial for executing your wishes regarding the use of trust assets. The trustee follows your directions and guidelines, interpreting the trust document's language, considering input from family members, and adhering to applicable state trust codes. They got to make sure the trust terms are followed. They got to use objective discretion when determining distributions to heirs. Serve as a liaison between legal parties involved. They got to be sure to comply with all state and federal laws. They're the ones who must resolve disputes in difficult familial relationship dynamics. They got to be sure to regularly review trust documents for compliance with fiduciary laws and regulations. They got to file tax returns, annual maintenance of the account's records. They got to be sure to document all transactions along the way using IRS forms and schedules to track and report all taxable income and deductible expenses. They may need to do separate returns for different trusts and K-1s if they even know what those are. That's quite a list. It's a monumental task to be sure, not as simple as writing a few checks like many assume. Many of these tasks not only can be a challenge for a child who has never dealt with settling an estate or done any legal work in their life, it also can cause hard feelings among siblings or other family members, and the successor trustee may find themselves in the middle of a decades-old sibling rivalry. Those feelings, mixed with major financial issues, and while everyone is still grieving, it can be a recipe for some stressful situations, to say the least. One alternative you may not be aware of is naming a professional trust administrator. For a small fee, they can take care of all these tasks in a professional, objective, unbiased manner. They will partner with your advisor to make sure the process goes as smoothly as possible and your intentions are met as stated in the trust. Let's go over some scenarios to help illustrate how an estate is settled. Carol and her aunt had always been close, and she felt honored when her aunt named her as the successor trustee and executrix for her estate. However, years later, when her aunt was diagnosed with a terminal illness, Carol began to worry that she may be in over her head. She questioned whether she'd be able to devote the time and attention required to carry out the many duties of trustee on top of her demanding career and a growing family of her own. A professional trustee can help with that. Alan and Mary raised 3 children. While all 3 were good kids and they were proud of all of them, they worried most about their youngest son, Robert. Their eldest 2 had steady jobs, families, and relatively conservative lifestyles. Robert, though, had a passion for fun, rarely held a job for more than 18 months, often lived above his means, and felt the grass was always greener somewhere else. Alan and Mary had concerns that if they left any sizable money to Robert outright, he would be disincented to settle down and would certainly not preserve any of it for a rainy day. There's some possible stress on the responsible siblings to now suddenly be responsible for helping Robert be responsible. That's a lot of responsibility. A professional trustee can help with that. As the eldest child, Kathy's parents named her as executrix of her parents' estate, which when settled created a trust for her brother Steve. Steve had a known drinking problem and was a bit of a black sheep in the family. Regardless, Kathy's parents felt strongly about dividing their assets equally among siblings. At least they had the foresight to put Steve's portion in a trust for him, but Kathy knew that every time Steve needed money, he'd be calling her to release it from the trust. While she maintained a good relationship with her brother, that potential for a relationship to deteriorate if she ever had to tell him that his demands or his lifestyle were unreasonable was a big concern. A professional trustee can help with that. Now, determining if a professional trustee is necessary is an important decision that you may have never considered before. Hopefully, you found this information useful. We'd be happy to discuss it further if you desire.